Hi, fellow beings. I'd like to start this show by singing a song that's offered as a connection to real universes. I'd like to talk about this passing dream here in these created realms, places, worlds, called psyche realms or places or worlds. And I think, does anyone do anything, I don't know if you want to call it wrong or right, in a dream? Or is it just experiences that we're going through for our own benefit to find out all about what isn't real, to get to know what is real? It's like, it doesn't seem that these psych realms have any more permanence than a leaf or a snowflake or a cloud. Our bodies, and that goes for you, Jehovah, and you, Grog, too, your bodies. This is something that is real, and how would we find out if it is real or isn't? All these experiences we go through. And how wonderful would it be if a person found out a great thing? It might not be great, but natural when once understood, is that everyone would be better off and glad by your appearance in their life. It sounds like we have to earn our way out of this passing dream, this prison planet. And it sounds like, well, if you're in a prison here on Earth or something, you can dig a drift to try to escape it. But here we are on a whole world that even if you're, all the digging wouldn't do any good, because we've got to get to these real universes in these psych realms anymore. There's a bunch of beautiful pictures that Dwayne Ava put on Skype and Facebook of the new presentation, and lots of hints about these real universes and why we're here. Sounds like whatever process this is we're going through here in these psych realms, it's to make us be pure and sincere and grateful and humble and honorable, so that we can be free beings of real light in the real universes. There's so many people, it seems, here in this psych realm that think they know so much about what life's all about. But when you look at the big picture of foreverness, the human mind seems to hardly or doesn't know anything about it. So this experience in this passing dream that all of us in these psych realms seem to have to experience so that we can live forever free, not being controlled by others. Does anybody have anything they'd like to talk about this passing dream that we're in here in these psych realms?
Yeah, hi Tim, this is Val, and we have the opportunity here. Hi, thanks for the show. We have the opportunity here to utilize our 5 bodies in different ways. Each body has a different aspect to it. So we can use these aspects to as an opportunity to compare to what's real and what's not. So these bodies are, in essence, they're not real. They're just created. That's why we use the term creation. And like you said, it's a process we're going through to see the difference between what's real, which is what it just is, as opposed to, or as a difference to these bodies that are created and they're temporary. We're using them as tools to like the physical is like physical, and touchy-feely. The astral is even more feely, emotional. Memory body, causal. Mental body, ideas, considerations. Etheric, stuff that's hidden, in the background that we don't see. So all these different aspects of creation that we utilize in the form of the bodies, and then they're kind of, in a way, I see them as vibrations, or there's certain, energies or vibrations in the forms of the bodies, and things that we experience, like feelings. So all these things are here for our use to see the difference between just what is, just what is, and it's hard for the mind to see. But since this is the way it was set up, I mean, originally you could look at it, since if we are awareness and we were in this dark, just this darkness or light, even light, let's say light, we didn't, we're aware, but we're not aware of, we don't recognize. So recognize certain things, or basically our position in this light, or UP, as Dwayne calls it, universal positioning. So we enter creation so we can differentiate through all these different means, feelings, ideas, whatever physical things, differentiate those that they look real and they have their own reality, but they aren't compared to the real isness, this reality. So we sort of look at them and use them to find our position with this real reality, with this, to distinguish our position with it. We have a choice to do that, how we're going to see it, because it's so vast that it's challenging to really find our way, or to see, or to recognize, or to perceive it in its vastness. So somehow we have to find a relationship or position with it. So we use the creation, or this illusion that we have, this dream realities here, which seems so real that people buy into, really, to get this universal positioning, that is important for us to really to establish a relationship with this isness, this reality. So I'll start there. Maybe Claudia has something.
Yeah. Thanks, Val. You did mention the vibrations, and this is interesting. These things called vibrations. Here we have words. And when we speak them, it makes vibrations. So with these physical senses like hearing, we can relate to others, or, well, I guess you call it make noise. I think even when we just think, it must be making vibrations, because you can things like singing new you without using your mouth, it's just in your mind also. So these vibrations seem to be what this psych realm stuff is, different vibrations. Rocks have a certain vibration, and the trees have a certain vibration, and the human bodies have certain vibrations, and all this stuff in these psych realms, worlds, places seem to be vibrations, thought vibrations, and action vibrations, movements, and the importance of these things called vibrations. Yeah, Claudia, did you have something that you would like to explain or talk about?
Oh, yes. Thank you for letting me speak. Hi, everybody. This is Claudia in Texas. Dreams are wonderful opportunities for us to gather information that we couldn't get from any other source. And one of the things that's wonderful about dreams is that you get to ask a question after you sing the new you at night for 15 minutes before you go to sleep. Ask a question you want some information about. And during the night, you'll get the answer. The answer is always presented to you when you ask it, but we may not recognize the answer. So it may take a little while for us to see it in front of us. Maybe we'll pick up a newspaper, or we'll hear a talk show on TV, or see a movie or something, or overhear a conversation between friends, and they would have the answer we were looking for. So yes, vibrations, dreams, all of these are tied together in our present universe. It's a chance and an opportunity for us to wake up, to see what life is all about. It's not just getting up and going to work, or getting up and going to school, and eating and sleeping and getting married and having kids and growing old. Yes, we grow old. It's one of the opportunities in life to learn more, because as you grow older, you have different experiences. And it's the experiences in life that we go through that gives us wisdom and also a better viewpoint of what life is all about. I don't know how else to express the opportunity that is presented. Usually the only way we get wisdom is sometimes in books, or we get educated into an educational system that's pretty much structured one way. And we learn things, though, by what we do in life. Maybe the job you get as a nurse, or a doctor, or a baker, or a candlestick maker, or an Indian chief. Each different occupation gives you knowledge and awareness of what's going on around you and with the people around you, especially your family. That you get a chance to demonstrate your capabilities in the world and in life. Never miss this opportunity. Every day you're alive and you can move about and have life is a wonderful, I guess you could say, gift. And I'm not going to refer to any deity or anything like that, because people have their own idea of what a deity is to them. For us, it's just observing and living in the all-natural environment. In the all-natural environment that we were started on in the millions of years ago, we are now having to deal with it because we have destroyed it somewhat with oil and other products and how we've been using the Earth's resources unconsciously. So hopefully now we'll wake up and see what we've done and clean up our act. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Claudie. We're definitely seeing the effects that were from the causes that we've all created over these lifetimes. It seems like it's been so long. If we come through all the forms of whatever it's called, expression here in the material realm and other psych realms, like amoebas or maybe even from dirt through plants and whatever, sea creatures and dinosaurs and so many experiences. It seems like been countless experiences, and here we are harvesting the results of what we have caused here in this material plane. We see it with our senses, and maybe it's just to learn a big lesson that when it gets so bad, we have to live in our own filth here in this material realm. It gets so bad that we can't hardly breathe, and the water's so bad that can't hardly stand drinking it, and the food too isn't enjoyable anymore because of how it's been changed from, I don't know whether you want to call it good to bad or just changed from what it was as a healthy thing into something that we're finding out isn't healthy anymore with all of our scientific changes to the all-natural environment. And then all this stuff about these brutalitarians here and having to deal with the way they are controlling so much of the population of the earth and putting them through things that are for their benefit and not for the ones that are not aware of being used by them. All this suffering doesn't need to be. There doesn't need to be any starvation, and there doesn't need to be any wars, and all these things that are nightmares or what you'd call hell on earth to have to experience and go through. It just seems like anyone with any sense that's been developed through all these experiences wouldn't want to continue this way that it is on the earth. We try to find a better way than it is right now to be, and then we see these opportunities that may be so rare, like the new presentation about being able to not have to keep coming back over and over in bodies that seem to be just going to be getting worse and worse, worse suffering and worse health and all these things in these psych realms. For such an opportunity like the new presentation and the gift of the new you song, connect with the real guides and hopefully get the real guidance, and I don't know if hopefully is a word to use, but to get the real guidance and the real education to not have to come back and experience all this stuff that's not enjoyable or something that you wouldn't want to have to go through very much anymore. These real universal guides are such a gift, and a benefit to get those that are ready to have the chance to get out of these psych realms where it just seems like in these things called yugas or cycles, and we see the cycles all over in this material realm. The sun goes up and the sun goes down, and the moons and the tides and all of the seasons, and such an opportunity is being offered, given, if a person is to that point where they're ready to test for themselves the new you song and find out the effects, what it does in their life, about not having to come back into this bunch of brutalitarian, controlled, physical, psych realm stuff, unless you were of the heart or whatever it is to come back to help all of the slaves, like it sounds like Dwayne and has made that decision, and which seems so rare. And then it doesn't seem like he's using any of the psychic tricks of to use to get mankind's attention, because I guess if it was using the psychic tricks, that wouldn't be actually when a person is ready. They have to, without the psychic tricks, be accepting to that point where they're in a test for themselves to find out the effects of singing the new you connection to real universes and real guides and real education. Is there anyone that's listening that would like to call in and ask any questions? I guess feel free to. I just wonder if anyone's out there, if the real guides have got anyone that's to that point that they know is ready to be being offered the real guidance and the real education that the wonderful worldwide educators, the new presentation is offering.